Back in prehistoric times, he was strong enough to crush any dinosaur alive. But against Baki, all that power suddenly looked useless. Just moments ago, he was mocking Baki as a weak opponent, throwing harmless punches and acting like they could just play around. But less than 3 seconds later, Pickle was dropped instantly. Everyone was stunned. Pickle's spine is built differently, so normal attacks can't shake his brain. Yet Baki's punch, which barely seemed to land, still made Pickle lose his balance. Retsu Kaio, who had fought Pickle before, explained why. Regular punches can't rattle Pickle's brain, but a strike that barely grazes the skin under his jaw can make it shake at incredible speed. And just as Retsu said, after taking 3 of Baki's strikes, Pickle's brain became completely disoriented. He thought he was standing perfectly still, but when he came to, the ground was right in front of him. After barely getting back up, Pickle felt fear for the first time. No opponent had ever made him feel helpless, but Baki did. And Baki only got crazier from there. He relaxed his entire body and used karate's secret whip strike. Pickle's body is too tough for normal blows, but no matter how strong the body is, getting the skin whipped still causes unbearable pain. Even Retsu had to admire Baki. Had he thought of this move during his own fight with Pickle, he might have had a chance. After being whipped over and over, Pickle finally snapped. He took the same stance he used to defeat Retsu. One hit would send Baki flying like a cannonball. Baki answered with animal-style martial arts, first a tiger stance, then an eagle claw. Everyone watching was completely confused. Pickle was the king of the Jurassic era. No matter what animal Baki copied, it would have been prey to him. But just as everyone started wondering what he was doing, Baki transformed into an animal none of them had ever seen. You can heal my scars. Ever since this dawned. Original song unclear. Original audio unclear. Pickle was completely stunned. From Baki's tiny body, he saw the opponents he knew best from his past, and that wasn't all. Baki suddenly leaped into the air and took on the form of a pterosaur, but he still wasn't done. The next second, Baki transformed into the most powerful predator of all, a T-Rex. Pickle's jaw dropped, and he instinctively backed away. Baki's final transformation combined 3 dinosaurs into one. Pickle had eaten countless dinosaurs, but even he had never seen a monster like this. Once the transformation was complete, Baki attacked. Pickle froze and couldn't react. The moment Baki hit him, it felt like he had really been bitten by a T-Rex. Under Baki's non-stop assault, Pickle was knocked down again. He couldn't believe it, but Baki gave him no time to breathe and charged right back in. Pickle jumped onto the wall and used a vertical burst no human could possibly pull off. In just 1 second, he built up all his power. Just as they were about to collide, Baki suddenly stopped. He lightly raised one hand, and Pickle went flying in the opposite direction. Retsu explained that it worked like a bullet passing through the body. A fast-moving object changes course when it hits something soft, and Pickle's charge worked the same way. But Pickle had no idea what happened. He thought Baki had some strange power, so he just stood frozen in the seats. Seeing that Pickle was scared, Baki started taunting him. He peed in the ring and claimed the territory as his own. Pickle completely lost it, because that was where he usually slept. Pickle jumped down from the stands to fight again. Baki also promised to stop using tricks. He had always wanted to face a full-power Pickle head-on. But the size difference was obvious, and Baki got beaten badly. The crazy part was that he loved it. Even Pickle was stunned. He had never seen someone smile through a beating like that. Once he had enough fun, Baki stopped messing around. At first he needed big movements to dodge Pickle, but he kept getting faster and waited until the very last instant every time. Retsu could hardly believe his eyes. At the highest level of martial arts, an attack becomes so perfectly timed that it seems to pass right through the body. And Baki was mastering it in just minutes. Pickle attacked like a madman, but he still couldn't touch Baki. The instant he let his guard down, Baki seized the opening and nailed him right in the groin. Pickle had been hit there twice before, but this was easily the worst. He dropped to the floor and rolled around in pain. But he didn't stay down. He stood back up and unleashed his full power. Everyone broke into a cold sweat, except Baki, who was thrilled to finally see Pickle's ultimate form. Then everyone noticed a scar on Pickle's body. There was one across his chest and another on his back. They immediately realized it came from a T-Rex bite. As the scars appeared, Pickle's body began to change. The joints in his limbs rearranged until he entered a terrifying combat form. Baki was thrilled, because the real fight was only beginning. Baki planned to dodge Pickle's attack and counter, but before his mind could finish the thought, his body reacted on its own and threw a punch. He didn't need to dodge or think. He only had to watch his opponent and let his body make the most natural response. Once Baki understood that, Pickle was completely outmatched. No matter how he attacked, he was the one getting hit. He tried to run, but Baki could even keep up with his top speed. Original audio unclear. Original audio unclear. Original audio unclear. Even with a huge gap in strength and stamina, Baki completely dominated Pickle with pure fighting skill. But right before winning, Baki fell back into his worst habit. He raised both fists, and Pickle immediately understood. They were going to settle it with raw strength alone. With such a massive difference in size, the result became obvious instantly.